Welcome back, everyone, to our playthrough of the career mode here in NASCAR Heat 2. I had so much fun in our last video at Bristol. So much fun there. I'm still excited about it. Uh, quite frankly, there was so much traffic, so much good racing, with not a whole lot of bad racing, a lot of bad moves by the AI thrown in there. So overall, I had an absolute blast. We got a top 10. So really, what's not to like about a race like that? The only thing I didn't like is it just wasn't enough laps. Man, those are the types of races that I want to run hundreds of laps at that track because I was having a blast. But the good news is we have Richmond coming up, another short track, another place that is an absolute blast to drive. So hopefully at the end of this race, I'll be feeling the same way that I was about Bristol. So with that in mind, let's don't delay it any further. Let's head to the track. Let's take a quick look at the setup before we hit the track. Again, this is going to look very similar to what we've run at previous tracks because I am absolutely in love with this setup for what it can do for us here in the career mode. Running 8.5-inch on the track bar and 50.5 inches on the front weight. Those are really the two things that I'm focusing a lot on because most of the other setup, I really like the feel of it and what it's able to accomplish for us as far as slowing us down and the amount it's able to slow us down. So I'm really excited about that. Let's head to the track for the race. All right, here we go, folks. Green flag at Richmond. Come on, guys, let's go. I'm trying to give them room here on the start. We've got a 32-lap race. So if we've got the speed, that's plenty of time to get at or close to the front. Can I get down right there? Nope. Really want him to say clear low. Me and the spotter have been having some discussions off track about him not giving me enough information. So now he seems to be talking to me a little bit more. Maybe our discussions, our heart-to-heart conversations are having an effect on him. Woo, hello. Keep going, guys. Keep going. You don't need to stop. So apparently our way of getting to the bottom here is going to be that we're just going to have to go straight to the back of the pack. I don't like that idea at all. Really need him to start saying clear low, clear low. Oh, he said it. I couldn't have enough time. Dang it. I wanted it. Couldn't quite get there. Oh, let's go, Ben Kennedy. Drive that car. So yeah, apparently we're just going to have to go to the back. All right, I think we're clear. Are we clear? We're going to try to make ourselves clear. Can we do that? All right, we reached the bottom. We had to lose 4 spots to do it. And now let's see if we can work our way back to the front. Car feels good. I ran a grand total of, I guess, 1 lap, which was qualifying. Because part of the fun was going to be figuring out what we had in the race. This thing is, of course, naturally tight, which is what we'd expect it to be, given our science project. But the key is going to be, how many spots can we make up starting all the way back here?
Clear.
All right, apparently Tom Majeski is making a statement that we will not be getting to his inside, which is very disappointing for me. I'm very surprised that we're already seeing Logano. I wouldn't expect to see Logano until much further up in the pack. Majeski is running pretty good laps here and seems to be very adept at blocking me whenever he needs to. All right, we're up to 28. Not sure what was going on with Majeski there. He brake checked me mid-corner, and I did tap him, but definitely not hard enough to do that. All right, there was. Oh, thank you very much for that. I'll take that bottom, please. J.J. Yaler moving back and forth on the straightaway. trying to block us from the bottom. That will not work.
Clear.
All right, we're up to 26th. I like it. Right now, just trying to get a feel for how hard I can drive it into the corner. Like right there, you can notice I drove it in too deep. Couldn't keep it on the bottom. So it's either driving it in too deep or not using enough brake. But that's part of the fun. That's part of the reason why I don't run a lot of practice laps.
Clear low, stay low.
Part of the fun is finding out in the race what you got.
Hold your line. All clear, all clear.
At least for the career mode anyway. In real life, it would not be fun at all.
20 to go. You're being smooth.
All right, that was a pretty good corner. Felt really, really slow. Feels like it takes me forever to get back to the throttle. Don't get into the wall.
You're getting faster out there. Great move.
All right, that apparently was my fastest lap so far, which kind of makes sense. This is the first lap I really had clear of any traffic. All right, felt like we got rotated pretty good there. Yeah, we're going to be able to stay in the gas. All right, so we're roughly halfway through the race now. And I'm trying to figure out how we're going to make up some spots. Because these guys in front of us, I mean, we can run them down, but, oh, look out. Slow car on the bottom. Everybody get by. And anytime I see that, I happen to notice that slow car before we actually got to them. So anytime I notice something like that, I try to give the AI as much room as possible. More than I should need to give them. But it's better to give them too much room than to be involved in a big wreck whenever possible. Let's go, guys. You guys are having more trouble getting off the corner than I am. Make sure I drive it in deep enough into that corner to keep the inside lane. All right, Harvick is going to put the blocking maneuver on us.
Clear low, stay low. Still a car out there. Outside's clear.
Drove in there too deep, and it's going to cost us. Not as much as I thought it was going to. Well, they are fighting hard in front of us. You can see these guys are 2 and 3 wide all over the place trying to pass each other. And that's generally what happens when you have a lot of guys who are running similar speeds. There's really nowhere for us to go right now.
Steady.
Woo! That was almost very bad for the 22 car.
Hold your
Let's
line.
make sure we can keep the bottom going into the corner. Sorry, teammate, I do want to pass you.
Stay low, stay low. Still a car out there.
Hopefully without any contact.
Clear up top.
All right, so we got that pass done. Yay, we're 22nd.
Get laps here. Focus.
Ooh, yikes. Once again, it is just a log jam in front of us. And these guys are basically running the same speed that I am. I can get runs on them, and I'm sure, given the opportunity, I could pass some of these guys. But it's going to be difficult because it's not like I'm several tenths of a second faster per lap than they are.
Inside still there.
Oh, look out. And as you can see, the 88 car is right back on our heels, trying to make a pass on us. And I'm not sure I can hold him off. Yeah, this is just a log jam here. All right, I'm going to back out of this and get behind the 88. Because I think that's our best chance. I need to follow him through. Oh, I couldn't get there. Wait, maybe I can.
Stay low. Easy.
Try to get underneath the 48 as well. So if these guys are going to run 2x2, the inside lane should eventually win the vast majority of the time, and I need to follow those guys through. All right, I would at least like to be able to get to the top 20. Oh, please don't come down the track on me, King. He gave us the room underneath, and I was trying to take full advantage of that. But then at the last second, mid-corner, he decided that he was going to take that back. And yeah, I simply do not have the speed mid-corner. I can't let it rotate through the center of the corner and maintain my speed. And that's killing me off the corner right now. Except for that time, I had to use extra brake to stay off of Casey Kane. But you can tell, I mean, these guys have plenty of speed compared to me. This isn't a, hey, try to figure out how to get by slower cars type thing. This is me trying to figure out how to pass cars that are going similar speeds to me. All right, we need to make this pass. That will at least get us to the top 20. All right, I got a good run off that corner based on the setup that I have. Oh, nice little friendly tap from whoever that was. All right, so we made it to the top 20. Oh, please go, Case. We got one more lap, and I'm going to drive this thing in here and try to get underneath both of them. Can I do it? All right, I'm going to try to give them a little bit of room. All right, I think we got it. He said we're clear, so we'll bring it home 18th. Wow. That was a hard-fought 18th. A very hard-fought 18th, and I absolutely loved it. Granted, I would prefer that to be for a top 5 or a win, doing all that hard fighting. But boy, did I have a blast in that race. And at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about for me. I mean, you guys that are following along and trying to use the same or similar setups to what I'm using, I mean, you guys obviously can adjust the setups to try to dial in whatever finishing positions that you're interested in. I mean, if you want to try to win every race, then by all means. If you want to try for a top 10 every race, then, you know, you've got the tools, I think, now, after we've done this for a few races, to see, okay, if you want to finish, you know, fighting hard for a 30th place finish, you can do that. If you want to fight hard for wins, you can do that. If you want to fight hard just to finish in the top half of the field, you can also do that, all with some changes to the setup itself. And this will allow you to essentially sign with whatever team you want. 4-star, 5-star, 3-star, doesn't matter. You now have the tools in your hands to adjust the setup to put speed in it or take as much speed out of it as is necessary for you to get to where you want to be for your career mode experience. It's all about having fun. Okay, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. We're playing video games here, whether it's sim racing or whether it's arcade racing or, really any type of game. Doesn't matter. It's all about having fun. And I had a blast in these last two races, even though we weren't even close to winning either one of them. I had an absolute blast. So let's talk briefly about the point standings. You can see we've lost the top spot. We are now 9 points out of the top spot. Of course, if the playoffs began right now, we would still be ranked number 1 because of our playoff points. So right now we are in good shape, and hey, who knows what's going to happen going forward. We're collecting information. Our science project is going amazingly well right now. I am absolutely having a blast with this. So fastest lap 21.7. Again, I have absolutely no idea how close or far we were from that. Looks like Ty Dillon. I noticed on the leaderboard there in the point standings that he got a victory, and it looks like it was at this track. So well done, Ty Dillon, trying to work himself into the playoffs. But again, there's only a limited number of cars that will get to the playoffs, and we may very well end up in a situation where we have more winners than there are playoff spots available. So points will come into play, and it may very well be that somebody gets a win, thinks that locks them in, and ends up it doesn't lock them in. So now we've had 2 short tracks in a row and some absolutely amazing racing and a lot of fun. Now it's time to get back to, well, heartache because it's Talladega, a place where you can run absolutely great, be leading the race, and then the next lap you could be in the fence and on the record. So we'll have to see what we have there. We know we're going to have the possibility for speed because we're in a 5-star car. But the question is there any way that we can maybe slow ourselves down or make it more competitive? I really enjoyed Daytona, the first race of the year, where we got to the lead, but then we had some fun and ended up finishing in the top 5. Maybe we can have a repeat of that at Talladega. Who knows? Maybe we can even do better than that. But that'll be in our next video. For now, thank you very much for joining me and for all your support. And stay tuned for more NASCAR Heat 2 here at Knee Pit Gaming.